So today we're taking a look at Fuego from Keymaster Games. Now Fuego is a trick-taking game, as it says so clearly here on the box. And also, as it says on the box, this is designed by Hager and Darren Reckner, who are best known for Unmatched Adventures Tales to Amaze. So this is a trick-taking game that has a little bit more than just the cards going on with it there. It's got some other elements in it. It has very nice theming with this kind of matchbox. I mean, it looks like it's, box that would have matches in it. And you have a lot of match theming on it there. Matching actually has a little bit to do with this game. So a trick-taking game would be something along the lines of spades or rook, or if you're from Texas, you probably played 42 with dominoes, but those are all different trick-taking games. So most trick-taking games are team games with two teams of 2 players for 4 players. That is one of the modes in here, but they also have a 2 and 3 player mode in here that we'll get into. I'm going to go over what most trick-taking game players would consider the standard mode, which is the 2v2 version. So let's go take a look at what's all in this box. First of all, you can see this is not a really huge box, so it doesn't take up a lot of shelf space. This also makes it a very affordable game. Right now on Amazon, it's like $19.99, so a pretty affordable game. We'll start off here with what is this? How to Start a Fire, a Keymaster Safety Guide. Yes, this is your rules book. 4 cards, which are just kind of the ones you can give to the players to just help them remember how things work in the game. We got these cards for the advanced modes, which we'll get to in a bit. And then we have our regular deck, as well as all of these tokens. So as I lay out everything here on this 1990s roller skating carpet that I have here, that we have 4 different suits. We have green, yellow, blue, and purple. These cards going from 1 to 8. We also have going 1 to 5, a wild, which is wildfire in Fuego. So what you will see on these is important is the number. The wilds kind of sit off to themselves. So the number and the number of flames at the top. You must see that the 1s have 3 flames, the 2s have 2, 3s have 2 flames. Starting with 4, you have 1 flame all the way up to the 6s. And then the 7s and the 8s have no flames. And we'll see additionally that the wilds don't have a flame. Well, they do have a flame, but it's a plus flame. So what is going on with all the flames? Well, at the start of the game, the setup, part of the setup will be everybody gets 3 flames. Each player will have 3 of these flames that they start with. And the goal of the game is for you to not run out of flames. You want to get flames from other players and add them to yours. And as soon as somebody doesn't have flames, their team has lost. So how do you get flames? Well, that is where the flames on these cards come from. This is basically a regular trick-taking game. So it is played with the 4 suits and the wilds. This game has no trump in it. That's not a political joke. I don't want to go there. So the highest card of the suit that was led will end up winning the trick. And so if you win with an 8, well, you don't get any flames because, there's no flames on the 8 and no flames on the 7s. However, once you start getting down to 6s and 5s, you get flames, and all the way down to the 1. If you manage to win with a 1, which is kind of hard to do normally, but if you manage to win with a 1, you would get to take 3 flames from your neighbor. And you know that everybody only starts with 3 flames, so that could be like a game-ending thing there. And so we'll get into those and the wilds and everything else here just a bit. Start off the game, we're going to set down our fire line, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4, which just tells us the order that things are played in. Everybody gets their 3 fire tokens. One player will randomly get this white flame. Ooh. And whoever gets the white flame, whoever has the white flame at the start of any round will end up starting that round. And then we have all these up here, which I'll explain to once we get into matches. So the game, a typical game, will go something like this. First player that will lead off will throw down this purple 4. Okay, so purple has led, and right now the purple 4 is what is winning. So it's going to have to be purple to be able to win. Now the next player, who is going to be on the other team, because 1 and 3 are a team, they're kind of like the cream team, and 2 and 4 are the other team, which are like the orange colored team there. The next one will have to follow suit if he has it. And we'll say that in this case, he does not have a purple card in hand any longer at this point. And we'll say that he just throws like a blue 3 down there. Okay, that doesn't do anything. So in this one here, he has to follow suit. He is the partner of the first one there, but he has to follow suit, and he has this purple 2 that he's going to play. That's leaving his partner still there in the lead. And this one, he will have something in purple they can beat it. He has a purple 6. So he plays the purple 6. So now he has one with the purple 6. So player number 4 would end up taking 1 flame away. He takes one of those, and now he has 4. So that's how that works. And if instead of the purple 6, we'll say that he were to play the purple 1, well then player number 1 would win, and he would take a flame. Alternatively, let's say that player 4 had the purple 7, and he puts that down there. Well, he would win, and so by winning, his team would take the next trick, and he would lead the next trick, having just won it. But, however, he's not going to take any flames because he has no flames on the winning card here. He just took control of it. So where do all these things come into it at? Well, everybody does start off with one of these randomly dealt out to them. These are strike tokens. Now, strike tokens are kind of like modifiers for your card. Basically, when you play your card, you can modify it. What are the ways you can modify it? Well, +2 and +3, that just adds 2 or 3 to the value of the card. So if you had a 2 and you played the +3 with it, now it's a 5. And that would actually be stronger than a regular 5, because a regular 5 would only have 1 flame on it, where this 2 with the 3 on it, that's a 5, would have 2 flames. These here, the ones that have the split down, it means that these can be one of 2 different things. This can be just a +1, it just adds 1 to it, or you can add a flame to it. So we'll say, like, if this 4 was down here and he puts the +1 on it, that would make it a 5. If you were to do this and add the plus flame to it, this would be a 4 with 2 flames. And if he were to win, he would get the 2 flames. These ones are, once again, +1 modifiers, but they can change the color to either blue, yellow, purple, or green. So it just lets you change the color. And these also are ones that change the color. They do not have the +1 on them. So how do you get these? Well, there's 2 ways. At the start of the game, everybody gets one of these. They go out randomly. They're all face up, so all the players can see, so the other players can see that you have these. And the other way that you can get these is by striking a match. This guy here plays 1. Okay, he's not going real big here, guys. He's just, throwing something out there. That's okay. Not everybody has to go big. Okay, next guy, he follows suit. He puts this 6 down there. All right, great. He's got the 6. He's leading now. The next player, which is going to be this guy's partner, he doesn't have any purple. Well, that's interesting. What can happen if you don't have any purple? Well, not only does he not have purple, but he also has that right there, a 6 that he can put down. And when he does that, he puts this down here. He has struck a match, and he cancels out the card to the left. So these are just not in play anymore. They are gone. That now means that player 4 is coming into play here, and player 4 will either have something purple that would beat the 1, or if he doesn't have purple, he may have to play an off color, and that's gonna really hurt. You know, if all he has is like a yellow 4, you know, ooh, he's in trouble now. The other thing you do besides just flipping these over is the player that made the match gets one of these tokens. Now there's other ways that matches can go on here. We'll say that, you know, he started with a 3, with a blue 3, and we'll say that player number 2 didn't have blue. He plays the green 3 and flips that out there now. That now means that player 3 is now basically going to be leading and setting what the color is going to be. They no longer have to play the blue that was originally led there. It could be any color, and they will set the color since the other ones are gone. You can also have something crazy go like this, where this guy played the 4, this guy played the 5, player 3, which is this one's partner, plays the 7 to pick it up, but then this last guy did not have any purple in his hand, and he throws down the yellow 7 that he has. That cancels those out, and now his partner is winning instead of this one winning, because that is the highest card that isn't flipped over. So as you can see, there's a lot of ways that this can be helpful. This guy plays the blue 4 that he has. All right, this guy plays the blue 2, but if he plays the blue 2 and he had this +2 here, that would now make a match, because this would be a 4 next to a 4, and that would flip them both over. If he were to have that, he could just make it a 5 and win with that. So you can see there's a lot of different things that can happen. You can also start having players do stuff like that to make it, you know, a blue 5 to beat that one. We'll go over the wildfire. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. These are just wilds, and the wildfire will add 1 to whatever card ends up winning. So let's say we have this here. We have it like that. This guy plays the 5 there. This one plays the 2, because that's a 5. That's still winning. If this guy were to play the 6 here and take it, he would now get 2 flames from the other one, because the wildfire has added a flame to it. If he were to like not have any blue and just throw something random out there, then this one would just take 1 flame. However, if this went really, really bad and player 3 happens to slap that down there, and then this guy does something, well, now player 7 won, but this added 1 to whoever won, so player 3 gets the flame, even though they didn't play the wild. If you start with the wild, then you choose what color it is. If it's played in any of the other positions, it is whatever color led. You do have to, when you're playing the regular cards, you have to follow suit. If you have it, you are never required to play one of these. So if blue is led, you don't have any blue, but you have one of these in your hand, you can play this as blue, but you're not required to. You could still play off. Additionally, if blue was led and you had other blue in hand, you could still play one of these if you want to. So you're not limited on when you can play that. And of course, the wildfire can be played with the match tokens up there, just like anything else. Now, to go over the 2 and 3 player modes, the way that would work is, in 2 player, everybody would get 1 regular hand dealt to them, but then they would get something like this here. So it would be like that. So these cards are considered to be in your hand. Now it's face up where everyone can see it. Any of them that are flipped up can be played. So you can play from the cards in your hand or the card that is there. Once you play this card, then the next ones that are on top can be revealed, and you have both of these. Well, you can tell I started at the top of the deck here. Once both of these have been played, this one flips over. You gain this token that you knew what it was, and then you would go to, you know, that one being played, and then these flipping over, and you gain in those tokens, and you see where this goes here. This setup here is called a torch. And of course, any player that has a torch will play in 2 spots on there. They will either play on 1 and 3, or they will play on 2 and 4, depending on if they had won the last trick or not. In the 2-player game, everybody has 1 hand and 1 torch to play with. In a 3-player game, it will be 2 players versus 1. So one of the players on the 2-player team will start with the heat token, and they will start the game. Whenever one of those players on that 2-player team wins a trick, they get the flame token, and they will lead the next trick, and they will have that until their partner picks up one. Whenever the player that is the solo player with the torch would take flame tokens from one of the other players, he would take it from whoever has the heat token. These are just other things that can be done to make the game more interesting. All right, everyone, so that is a quick look there at Fuego. Let's say right now this can be found rather easily. Right now it's actually out on Amazon as well as other places. You probably see more about it at Keymaster Games on their website. But it's definitely worth taking a look at. I haven't taken a look at any trick-taking games on my channel yet, so it's nice to put this one on here. I have some others that I may show at some point, some older ones, but definitely take a look at this, especially since it's such a small, simple game and a nice, affordable game. It'd be a great game for you to get. So, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and a like. You can also go down into the comment section and leave me any thoughts or questions that you have down there. And you can also subscribe to my channel to make sure you catch all the videos that I post so you don't miss anything. We'll see you around next time.